Welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons after a long wait. I'm so sorry, guys. I've just had so much stuff pop up in real life lately. It's just been overwhelming at times. I'm doing the best I can, okay? Promise. So in the previous episode, we finished the Dancing Dragon dungeon, obtained a slingshot as you see here, and used it to take down the obligatory Goma boss, then obtained our fourth essence of nature, the Soothing Rain. So now in this episode, we're going to take care of a whole bunch of side quests beyond the ones beyond the couple that we managed to finish after we finished the Dancing Dragon dungeon last episode. There's a lot to get done, what can I say? And so we're going to kick this off by making our making our obligatory trip to Vasu's. We got a lot of rings to appraise. 6 of them. Our first one is the Quicksand Ring. That's one of the rings we found in a specific location. Isn't that correct? Yes, it is. Okay, so that ring's rather interesting. It prevents you from sinking in quicksand, and under certain circumstances, it also makes it so you are not affected by conveyor belts. Only some of them, though. It's kind of weird like that. But it is useful in situations where that arises. Our next ring is a duplicate. Wow, what are the odds of that? Okay, 10 rupee profit. Next is the Green Joy Ring. That is, if I remember correctly, the ring we found in that cave in Mount Kuko that I passed on the first time before and then doubled back and got to. You know, the one with the platform moving quickly over the pit, and you gotta press a switch on one side and the ring falls on the other, and I fell way too many times there. But anyway, this one's actually very useful if you're hanging around Subrosia for whatever reason, because it makes any ore chunk you pick up count as double. So yeah, very useful. This ring is the Red Luck Ring. Makes you take half damage from spikes. It's very situational. Next up is another Quicksand Ring. Wow, what are the odds of that? 6 rings and half of them are the same one. Here is the Bomb-Proof Ring. Makes it so Link does not take damage from his own bombs. It gives you an option to use your bombs as kind of a defensive, very, very delayed shield. It's gimmicky, but I could see it working. But since we got that ring box upgrade in the back up in the mountains, we can actually equip more of them at a time now. So let's see what we can. Let's see if there are any worth picking up here. So just off the top of our heads, the Quicksand Ring is pretty nice. Let's see if there's anything nice over here. Let's see. We'll go with the Quicksand Ring and... Well, you know, I've been having enough problems with breakable floors before. Let's bring the Rocks Ring with us, too. So with that out of the way, let's take care of our next objective on the list. Let's work on that inflection, me. Let's visit the Maku Tree. Let's see if anything new has grown in his upper reaches. As we go through this agonizingly long... Okay, it's not that agonizing, but it's just... takes a little while. We find that up here, another opening has opened up. And through here, we find a fairy fountain. That's a very nice way to refill our health. Ember seeds in this bush, and in this one, scent seeds. And in fact, every time you leave and come back into this grotto, the seeds will respawn. So you can, over a long period of time, get an infinite amount of those seeds. Effectively, an easy way to refill your satchel. It does take a while, though. Speaking of seeds indirectly, and then Gasha seeds, and then people who farm Gasha seeds, we haven't checked in on Bippin and Blossom in a while, have we? Okay, by a while I mean last chapter, but still, let's give them a visit, see how their kid's doing. And to here, he's over off to the left. What do you have to say? I've heard that a nut's contents depend on the actions of the planter. The more he travels and the more beasts he slays, the better his nut will do. And he's telling the truth, but I can't help but think he's said that before. Anyway, we find Blossom here holding her kid. My baby never sleeps. Link, how can I get him to sleep? This is important here, see? Whichever of the two you choose will affect how the kid's personality and the kind of person he becomes as he starts to grow up. So for this particular playthrough, I want to have her sing to him. I like to sing. I'll try it. Well, I wish you good luck with that. There's nothing quite like a soothing singing voice. Not that I'm biased or anything. And so that is almost everything we want to do in Horon Village, because we actually want to head back here to the basement of the shop. You remember us going back here before? You see, we have enough money to buy this overpriced gacha seed now, but you actually do want to buy them. You see, once you bought a certain amount of them and bought up everything in the shop, you will be able to do a little something extra here. Unfortunately, that's going to be a while still because we have this 500 rupee gacha seed sitting here. Yeah, nothing like an exclusive members club that gouges its members. But now, that's everything we have to do in Horon Village for now. So we're going to take care, now we're going to head on to the main event of this episode, so to speak. You know, the item trading sequence we've been messing around with so far, right? Well, now we can take care of a lot more of it. So first off, we got to find someone to give that Goron face to, and we have a bit of an idea of who would be interested in one of those. He told us so. Let's head back to Sunken City, shall we? And the cursor puts us right there. Seeds still haven't respawned. I have my theories as to why that is. Off to the west here. West one more screen. Up on this cliff, free the water, the lucky bastard. It's Ingo's place. Remember him saying he was interested in one of Big Goron's vases, right? Okay, he said that before already. That the vase! Give me that vase, please, I'm begging you! Yahoo! That goes right in my collection! And thanks here, take my dinner, my last of fish! Considering the city's swamped under a couple feet of water, it won't be hard for him to find more, probably. You got a fish as thanks for the Goron vase. It's market fresh. Well, apparently he bought it somewhere. Huh. I love vases. I just don't understand how people can break them. Buddy, I'm the wrong person to ask about that. So if you go back in here, you'll find that he has indeed placed the Goron vase in the empty spot up there. And he's still paranoid as ever as someone coming along and breaking them. I guess Link's reputation still precedes him. So we have a fish. Haven't we heard of someone who could use one of those? Well, actually, way back early on in the game, we did. So now we're going to head back to Horon Village because we got something kind of nearby there that we want to go to. And that involves switching to Pegasus Seeds real fast. I do not have a Pegasus Seed problem. I can stop using them anytime I want. So if you remember over here, this old man was trying to get his cat out of the tree. And so, her favorite tree happens to be fish, because, you know, cat. Hey there, you have a fish. It's Mitten's favorite fruit. Well, you just said it. Is that for her? Well, I don't got much use for it. Well, thank you so much. Mittens, here, Mittens. Cute, isn't it? Thank you. Oh, yes, a reward. Here, take this megaphone. And the old cat guy pawns off his megaphone on us because it's the only thing he's got with him at the moment. I don't know what... I'll take it, I guess. Your fish has been replaced with a megaphone. Give a shout. I'd say it would help, but you know, we're not Kirby, so we can't use it to kill all enemies on screen in an instant. You know, unless they're Pole's voices. So, we do have a use for this megaphone as well. But it involves going all the way back to Mount Kuko. And you know how much of a pain it is to get back to there because there's no tree. So I'll see you in, inevitably, a couple minutes. Let's make this faster, get Rock's feather out. And so, thanks to that shortcut through Subrosia, we found our way back to Mount Kuko. And so to get back to where we need to go, you probably have a hint toward where we need to go already, if you've been following along, of course. If you haven't, I heavily encourage you to, because it's been a pretty entertaining ride so far. We need it to be spring, we need this Tektite out of our way. Goodbye. And we want to take the Blast Bloom, one screen to the west of here, up to the higher reaches of the mountain. And then through this cave, mine the like, careful with that thing. Here's Talon. And, as we remember, he was sleeping pretty damn soundly before. So, he doesn't seem to hear us, but we could wake him with this. Huh? What the? Who? This won't do. I slept clean through winter. Now I can't get to the summit. Oh well. I'll go back home to Malin. I'll take down the megaphone if you don't need it. have a mushroom instead. I just got the joke there. So, in Ocarina of Time, Talon and Ingo were based kind of vaguely, appearance-wise, on Mario and Luigi, which is why I've been giving them the accents I've been giving them in this. And in this, Talon just so happens to give you a mushroom as part of the item chain. That's actually pretty clever. So now we have a mushroom. It smells weird. And off he goes. Almost like he used a Pegasus seed himself. But that's not all, because now we can also get back here, push these, and here we have a ring. We'll have to get it appraised later, of course. This ring is, in fact, a very particular one. I'll swing by Vazu's real fast to show it. So, we're back at Vazu's. Nice vocal crack me. This particular ring is always the Sabrosian ring. Lets you take the guise of Sabrosian. It doesn't do a whole lot, it just looks kind of cool. And just like the other transformation rings, it also makes you immune to like-likes, so there's that. But anyway, we have a mushroom to give to someone. Well, if you remember, there is someone who needed a mushroom. Yeah, this item chain just keeps going, doesn't it? So we're heading back to Sunken City this time, but we need it to be winter. You know where we're going, don't you? If you don't, come on. There's a whole Let's Play waiting for you to watch. Please. As we switch it to winter, we can cross over the frozen water and head up to the Witch Syrup's place. Wonder how people actually visit her when you don't have this snowdrift to walk up. So now, April were here, I'd send her to Mount Kuko for mushrooms. We've heard this already. But now we have a mushroom. That's sent! You've got a mushroom! I'll trade my wooden bird. How about it? Well, why not? We traded the mushroom for a wooden bird. It looks real. If you don't look at it closely and see it's made of wood. I can finally make my magic potion. Guess I'll open the shop soon. And by soon she means the instant we leave and come back. So now we can buy gacha seeds for, again, very pricey, but we can also buy magic potions finally. We found one of those off Maple earlier. They're basically like bottled fairies in this game. If you manage to get one, they'll heal you instantly the instant you run out of hearts. But this is one a hell of a price tag, and so the fact that we found one off Maple is amazing. And those of you who played Link's Awakening might remember how ridiculously cheap such a helpful item was back in that. That was, I believe, somewhere in the realm of 28 to 42 rupees, depending on how far you were in the game. And it's a much more understandable 300 here. So, who to give the wooden bird to? Well, I honestly don't remember if we went through, no, actually, we did check his place very, very, very early in the playthrough. You see, we're heading back to Horon Village again. And so now we want to visit an NPC we've hardly touched at all since we first started. Neither of the places mentioned on the sign, the clockmaker's place here. I want to make a cuckoo clock better than any before. We mentioned this, we talked to him before, but you probably forgot, didn't you? I can't find a wooden bird that I like, when it's just breathtaking. And hey, we happen to have an amazing bird. AI? Why not? Breathtaking. Here, take this. We got engine grease for your wooden bird. Well, not everyone, but hey, it's kind of fun every now and then to just mess around with the machine and see how it works. But who to give the engine grease to? Again, there is one person who would be interested in it. And he just happens to be just outside of town. So we head in here. Cue Song of Storms. Haha. Go around, go around. If I could just oil it, it would go around so much more quickly. Engine grease? Will that make it go quickly? I'd imagine so. Really? Take my phonograph. We traded our engine grease and he just gave us a phonograph. It's a nice tune, I gotta admit. And he just pulls another one out of hammer space and he's right back. The windmill's definitely moving faster. The good news is there's no well to have dry up and reveal unspeakable horrors beneath the village like there was in Ocarina of Time. Go around, go around. Is it going too fast? Probably. And so that is almost the entirety of the item chain in this game. We will be finding a use for that phonograph, but it's still not going to be for a while longer. I think we can take care of just a little more, though. While we're in the area, we need to change the season real fast, because for this, we want to make it spring. With a swing of the Rod of Seasons and a second swing, because the first one just makes it winter. We're going to be heading off just a little north and to the east. Because if you remember, there was a little area sectioned off where there was a cave entrance we couldn't reach without... that didn't work. Without a blast bloom. Up we go. And so we have what one would assume is something we can't cross, and that we would need to come back with. We would need to come back once we have something that can interact with that thing there. But actually, through just careful use of Pegasus Seeds and Rock's Feather and a diagonal jump, you can actually cross over here, reaching this chest containing Magasha Seed. Yeah, who knew? But there is in fact one more... Oh well. But there is in fact one more thing we can do elsewhere in the overworld. Actually, there's one more thing we can do here first. Well, nearby. Get this moblin off our ass. So now if we warp to the mystery seed in the area, mystery tree in the area, excusez-moi. Hey look, more seeds. How about that? And so now we can cross the water into this cave to find there is, well, a fairy. That's nice. Find there is... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is the cave we went into by changing the season to winter. What am I thinking? Sorry, folks. Yeah, when you have unexpected hiatuses, sometimes you forget things. That's not actually where we wanted to go. Actually, we, no, we don't want to go back. That's not the actual cave we want to go in. Let's head out this way. We're going to need to change the season to winter here to get to the section we want to go to. That's the Great Fairies Fountain. That's not where we want to go. We want to use the tree stump here, change the season to winter. One of these days, I'm going to get my head on straight. What we want to do is head up here. So, somewhere around here, is there... There should be, shouldn't there? Okay, apparently I'm just messed up in the head and there actually wasn't anything to do there. And so, let's make this quick. We still have a lot more to take care of. Sorry for the abrupt ending, but, let's say there's a reason I'm saving, a lot of the stuff I want to take care of next episode happens in more or less about the same area, so I figure it'd be better to just take care of it then. So, next time on Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons, we're going to take care of the rest of the side questing we can do at this point, and make some headway toward entering level 5. See you guys then.